Hey everybody, Aaron Blaise here, and I want to tell you, this is my favorite pen. Hey everybody, so I want to talk to you a little bit about my favorite pen. A lot of people ask me what I use to draw and paint with, and when I go out in the field when I'm drawing traditionally. And I got to tell you, this is a pen that I discovered a few years ago. As a matter of fact, I used this pen in one of my courses, my ink drawing course. This is a Japanese brush. It's called, it's from Kuretake. It's a Bimoji medium bristle brush pen. They have several types of pens. Many of them are felt tip. This one is actually a brush pen. The ink is self-contained. It's not refillable. It's actually a very cheap pen. It's about $5. They last quite a while, but once you run out, you throw the pen away. There is another option. They do have another brush pen that is refillable. It's a little bit more money. It's about 25 bucks, but you can refill it. But I really find these pens super portable, and right there on the tip, but that's the brush, and it's synthetic bristles, and it comes to a super, super fine point. And that's one of the things I love, when I sit down and I draw. When I'm inking in a drawing, I love to be able to get variations in that line weight. I want that thick and that thin, and then I want to have the ability to go back and forth between that. And really, the only way I can do that is with a good brush. They do have felt tip brushes, but I find that felt tip brushes tend to wear out, and it's really hard to maintain that super fine tip detail that you get with a synthetic brush. And so that's why I've come to love these so much. Matter of fact, the last time I ordered these, I ordered 50 of them. Because I go through them and I just really love them. And that was a couple of years ago. So those 50 pens have lasted me a couple of years, and I tend to give them away as well. But it's enough talking. Let me just show you on here the ability that I have. I can come in here and draw, and it's very, very fine. You can see right here I'm drawing very, very fine. Or I can get really big with that brush. And because it's a brush pen, it gives me that nice, I can get really, kind of bold with it, or I can get that scrunchy kind of feel, that dry brush kind of feel. It's so organic, and that's one of the things I love about it. And it's all self-contained. I'm not having to dip and all of that. Let me just give a little quick demo. I've got this leopard sketch that I've done. And I want to go ahead and just quickly do a sketch, and we'll go from there. I'm going to keep this really quick. Look how nice and deep that gets and how quickly I'm filling that in. With a fine liner or something like that, it'd take you forever, and you're going to get, the overlapping marks and all kinds of stuff. Whereas with this, I can get in there and get these really fine lines, but then I can also go bold with it. And that's one of the really deciding factors that really drives me towards this pen. It's got a very, it's almost like calligraphy. And really, this is what the pen is, one of the uses of this pen is for calligraphy. Like I said, it's a Japanese company, and so they create some really wonderful calligraphy pens. Here, I'm just kind of painting in negative spaces and creating a feel of fur inside the ear. I'm doing this drawing off of a photo that my son Dustin took when we went to Africa back in 2021. And this photo is available in his Africa Big Cats reference pack that he created. That's available on our site. And actually too, if you're interested in more ink drawing, I've got an entire course on ink drawing where I'm using a Bimoji pen, as a matter of fact, on my website, creatureartteacher.com. What I love about this is that ability to be really kind of loose with it. There's no mess. I'm not having to dip in the ink and all that kind of stuff. And because it's this fine brush, it can really get some nice kind of fur effects, even with the, in the spots. I love the look and feel of this pen. Like I said, it's so responsive. I've also got a course on how to draw big cats. You know, one of my favorite, everyone asks me, hey, what's your favorite animal to draw? Well, I love drawing big, you know, dramatic animals. I love big cats and bears and elephants and all that kind of stuff, African wildlife. And so I've done a lot of big cats in my life, and I've got a whole course on how to draw big cats right there on my website, Creature Art Teacher. The other key too is when you're drawing like this, don't overdo it. You don't have to draw every single bit of fur, but it is nice to get little bits of texture in here. Look at that. Oh yeah. And because I'm left-handed, I tend to kind of work from the right to the left, so I'm not dragging my hand through the ink. I've been using this particular pen for quite a while, and actually this particular pen has been sitting in my art bag for several months since the last time I used it. Because I've been working on some other projects. I haven't been drawing traditionally a whole lot, and so this particular pen has been just sitting there. And look how nice it is after sitting there for several months. It hasn't dried up. The bristles are just as pristine and new as ever. You know, I'm a big advocate for going out and, you know, if you're into drawing and painting animals, find the animals that you want to draw and paint. Find them in the wild, understand them. You know, that varying line weight is really nice to have in your drawings. It gives your drawing so much life, some vitality, you know. So there we go. So there's a quick sketch. Now here's one other thing I want to show you guys that's really cool about this is I just pulled out my watercolor set, and I want to show you that you can paint right over this. The ink, once it's laid down and dries, is waterproof. That's another big benefit. I can lay this in really quick, and look at that. The ink holds. Another great benefit of this, it's all, once it dries, this is waterproof ink. What I'm using right here, in case you're wondering, this is a Cotman watercolor field kit. This whole painting has only taken me about 30 minutes altogether so far. 30-minute sketch. And just like that, I close this back up. I'm done, and I can do one more thing. I'm going to do another review on these pens right here. This is my Gelly Roll 8mm or 0.08 pen, and they are such a great pen. So what I can do now is just draw right in here, create these really nice whiskers right over the top of that black. And I'm going to grab my Bimoji again and just create a few whiskers coming out like so. And there we are. There we've got a quick leopard done in about 30 minutes. Watercolor, Bimoji pen. So once again, this is what I love about these pens. First of all, you get the wonderful organic, thick and thin. You get all the qualities of a brush, all contained this ink, this India ink that's in here. And when that ink is down, when it's dry, it's waterproof and you can paint over it. This is just absolutely hands down, by far my favorite pen to work with. So we're gonna give you the link to go and check these out. Once again, there's felt tip pens, and those are waterproof as well by Bimoji, but these are the brush, the synthetic brush, and it's a medium brush. These, for me, are my favorite. I've used the felt tips, and those are good, but these really give you the fine line. They give you that wonderful brush feel, so I really recommend them. Go on out there and check out the Bimoji brush pens. I hope you learned something today, so go get a pen, go out and draw something and put some beauty back into the world, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.